Good morning, divorcing gracefully and beyond sisters. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Coffee chat time. This is one of my favorite times of the day. Seriously, I love to come in and to be with you guys and hang out and talk about life. And you know, over the last couple of days, we've had some family come in from Fresno, California. So it's been kind of neat to sort of be, I guess, a tourist in your own town, right? Exploring different things, seeing different things. And one of the things that came to my light as I kind of am in this state of exploring, hi Diane, good morning, is really the concept of creating our ideal life and the concept of creating exactly what it is we want out of life versus in the past, as we talk about this concept of creation, the soul fracture may have been what's leading your life, right? And that is okay temporarily. I think, you know, in the psychology of a human and how we operate, having temporary pain is a gift of being human. Many people may not think that. Many people don't want to feel pain, and many people will do whatever they can to avoid the pain. Hi, good morning, Robin. Because that's a natural human reaction, right? Humans, something you want. I'm not saying we're jumping for joy as we're going through the pain, but it's understanding that, you know, we're alive and this is what we're experiencing. There's a parable that says that having no goals and experiencing no pain, those are dead people goals, right? We don't want dead people goals. We want alive people goals. That's what we're doing. So in this concept of creating your amazing life, you know, one thing, when you're in the struggle, when you're in the mess, or when you're in the suck, as I call it, right? When we're in the suck and our emotions are just so strong, our feelings are so strong, what we could see ahead of us isn't quite the way that we would like to see it, where, you know, you may have good friends, you may have good family, your career may be going in the right direction, but it's this relationship thing that you just can't seem to get a hold of. And I want to just normalize that for you. You're not supposed to know how to do that, right? That's the reason why I went to school for about 8 years. That's the reason why I went through work and clinical work and coaching and probably over $100,000 worth of investment in my training, is because this is what I'm trained to do. So a lot of times as a successful woman, we put on so much pressure on ourselves. Like, why can't we figure this out? We should be able to figure it out. And we try to go it alone. And it's a long, arduous path when we're going it alone. And then we have our family and our friends all trying to give us advice and guidance. And you're getting advice and guidance from all different directions, all different things. And a lot of that advice and guidance probably isn't aligning with you. Even if you followed some of it, you may be noticing that it's just not where you want to be or need to be, that it just doesn't feel good. And that's what I want to kind of talk about in today's coffee chat, is this alignment with your heart and your soul. Because no one, and I mean no one could hear your alignment with your heart and soul other than you. I can't hear your alignment. I can't hear your calling. You can't hear my calling. And so if you're looking outside of yourself to figure out how to handle this relationship, heal your soul fracture, fall in love with yourself, attract your soulmate, and you're looking outside of yourself and you're looking for solutions that aren't inherently within, that's where you're gonna feel dissonance, because it's your soul's way of saying, nope, not this way, this is not right, this is not working. And the challenge comes is because you're smart, because you're intelligent, because you've been managing your family and your life, you know, we almost become belligerent with ourselves. Like, we got this, I could do this, I know I could do this, and yet it's not showing up the way we want. And then here comes the stories, and here comes, you know, the meanings that we're making things like, okay, so, you know, a couple of bad dates on Match, now we're gonna make the meaning that, you know, maybe there's not any good guys out there, maybe this dating thing isn't for me, all of these things, right? And then we're also going to create the story of, this is so hard, this is so difficult, which then in turn will disempower us, because then we're going to look at what we're not doing right. And guys, it has nothing to do with what you're not doing right. It's just that you just don't have the right tools. And that's why you don't know the rules and you don't have the right strategy. That's when things become difficult. So if you've been experiencing difficulty, know that your amazing life is ahead of you. You could have your amazing life. We could turn around the soul fracture, and we could open your heart into abundance. And even if you don't believe that it's possible to open up your heart again, or to feel a level of love and joy that you know is in your heart, I'm going to tell you it's 100% possible, because this is what I see every day. I am celebrating so many DG sisters connecting with their soulmates, getting married, even at ages of 50, 60, 70 years old. So there's no, it doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter how young you are, it doesn't matter how long you've been divorced, or if you're just beginning your divorce. Your journey could be one that you create. You no longer have to be a victim of circumstance, and you could be a master of cause. But here's the kicker. It has to start with you. Right? You've got to make the decision and be willing to do whatever you need to do in order to take that next, because you can have it all. Now, guys, I know this may sound like, Donna, you're blowing smoke up my ass. I'm not. You may not be able to have it all at the same time, because there's challenges and then there's things that we go to at any given moment. But you can have a great relationship. You could have a great job. You could have a great family, and you could be doing the things that you really enjoy. And take a look at me. I was in your space, right? 15 years ago, I was in your space, and I wasted 10 years of my life. And I'm talking really 10 years of my life trying to figure it out on my own, going to counseling, reading books, doing all of these things that just weren't working for me. And so the work I do now is we get results in 3 months versus years and years and years. You don't have to be walking around the mountain for 40 years trying to figure it out, right? That's the beauty of the work that we do here, is you don't have to be walking around the mountain for 40 years trying to figure it out. We figured it out. And it's possible for you. So now, my goal, and I'm just going to share this with you, I'm going to be totally open and honest. When I started, my goal always was, when I was divorced, my kids were younger, right? So Ashley was, I want to say, going into kindergarten, so she was about 5 or 6 years old, and Rebecca was about 3 years old. And I was managing a house on my own. I was at the time, I was in a high figure career, a very high career, and then I stayed home a little bit. I was consulting. So it was at the time, it was a weird part of my life where a lot of things weren't in play. Like, I didn't have stable financial freedom. I wasn't really sure, I didn't have a lot of stability. Let's just put it that way. So when I was on my path, when Rebecca was, again, 3, Ashley was about 5, one of the things that it was my goal was, I knew I wanted to get them on the bus and off the bus. And so everybody was telling me when I was starting my career as a psychotherapist, there's no way you're going to be successful. There's no way you could have a successful practice if you're only going to be open these amount of hours and you're not going to have nights and weekends. Because that's another thing that I just wasn't willing to do. I wanted to be there with my children, because family is very important to me, as you could tell, right? As I'm building Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond as a sisterhood, because family is extremely important to me. And everybody told me there's no way you're going to do it. Even the pros who've been doing it for years, like, nope, you got to do evenings, you got to do weekends. I decided against that. I just refused it. And I said, I am going to create a new path, and I'm going to create a new reality that I'm going to decide is true for me. And when I did, that's what was true for me. And I was successful. I went from 0 to 6 figures in less than 6 months. Right? Because that's what I decided. I wasn't going by the rules that everybody else was playing. I decided my game of life, I'm creating my own rules. And I did. And I also decided at the time that I was going to be working towards being able to work anywhere, anytime, because I'm a very mobile person. I love adventure. I love to travel. I love to be outside and hike and enjoy the world and be able to work. I work really hard and I play really hard. And so I wanted to be able to, if I want to be in Hawaii working, be able to be in Hawaii. If I want to be in Florida, right? And here in New York, we snowbird to Florida. I wanted to be able to do that. So I began to make the intention that that's what I was going to do. And guys, that's what I'm doing now. As long as I have a laptop and a phone and an internet connection, I could work. And I could work anywhere. I also made the decision that I was going to bring in my soulmate, and that here's what he was going to look like, and here's what I would say qualifications, or here's what his descriptions would be, and I wrote it out, and I created my manifestation. And this is what I teach in Divorcing Gracefully and Beyond, is how to create your manifestation list, and I did. And that's exactly who I attracted in. And I teach my sisters and my clients that we do not settle. We only go for excellence. We are a community that strives for excellence. We don't go for less than excellent, and that's what I brought in. So hence where I'm at now, where I could work anywhere, anytime. I have the hours that I have decided that are good for my schedule and my family. I have the freedom and the flexibility. I am remarried, and I'm not going to say it was easy. There was many difficult times, especially when you're bringing in a blended family, and my husband never was married before. He didn't have children. So, bringing that whole aspect in. But now I think, I kid you not, I think my kids are, because we decided we weren't going to do the work, and that's what I'm here for you. So this is bringing us to the close of Coffee Chat. I really would encourage you to begin to step into this understanding and this grace towards yourself, that it's okay if you can't figure it out. And it's okay if you're not where you need to be. That's okay. The challenge is okay. What's not okay is the suffering, right? And the suffering means that you're in your mind and you have the thoughts that are just ruminating, and they're not good thoughts. They're thoughts that just keep you stuck, or they're thoughts that keep you disempowered. That's not okay. So that's what we need to change. So with that said, I hope you have an amazing rest of the day. It was awesome speaking with you this morning for Coffee Chat. And if my message resonates with you, book a call. Book a free Breakthrough to Life and Love call with me, because that's where you and I will get on a call and strategize. And if I feel that we're a good match, I'm going to let you know. And if I feel that there's a different resource for you, I'll let you know that too. So Casey says bye too. There she is. She's getting excited because we're almost at the beach for our morning walk, and I've cleared my calendar for the day this morning to be able to enjoy that time. And I'm going to be coming back into the office later on, and you could have that life too. Now, right? God is no respecter of persons. You could have the life that you want to create on all angles: health, wealth, success, love. And allow me to lead you. Come to the party. Have fun with us. All right. See you later. Bye.